Welcome into Mount Prospect Ice Arena here on the South Rink, one of the three ice surfaces here in Mount Prospect. Here for the final CCHL game of the week, not including the rivalry series. That'll be tomorrow. We'll talk about that a little bit later. My name is Dylan Ward. I'm with my father, John Ward, doing color commentary tonight. Jimmy Olsen, the technical engineer. Vivian Hernandez, the camera operator. And finally, Casey Standahar, who's doing sideline tonight. Speaking of Casey, we'll send it down to her for a pregame little hit about this night's matchup.
Thanks so much, Dylan. Guys, it's been an interesting season and not one that head coach Matt Leitsky for the Dons could have expected. Coach used to be the assistant coach for Loyola Gold from the 2017 through 2019 season, and in that time he helped his team to get this 2 SHL Cups, 1 state championship title, and more than 130 wins. It's a stark contrast from his second season as head coach of the Dons with only 2 wins and 5 points so far this season. So there's a little bit of a pressure riding on Leitsky to lift this team out of second to last place in the CCHL. Tonight, look for Matt Leitsky and the Dons to play some clean hockey and try to eliminate and limit some of those heavy penalty minutes that they've been suffering from these past couple games to try to take on a Red Wings team that has been a leading on power play goals. Guys?
Yeah, you couldn't have said it better yourself. Second in the CCHL in penalty minutes are the Dons, sitting at 241 total racked up on the year. As we get ready for game time here, John, welcome to the booth. This is your debut on the SHL, CCHL sister network, so happy to have you here. Of course, I just mentioned, if any of you guys have heard my voice before on these networks, this is my father getting in on the action, so welcome to the booth.
All right, thanks a lot, Dylan, and thank the whole team for inviting me along tonight. I will say Notre Dame has its work cut out for them. They are having trouble putting the puck in the net. They are having trouble keeping the pucks out of the net. You take a look at the records of these teams. The Dons have missed the playoffs already, and our opposing team has already clinched the spot. So this is going to be tough for them. They got everything on paper that's going against them. So let's see what they can do. You got to play the game. You got to drop the puck.
Exactly. The Benet Red Wings have already not only clinched the playoffs, but have locked in that number 2 seed. So their fate is set. And then, John, you mentioned it, Notre Dame already eliminated from the playoffs. So from a standings perspective, this game will not affect anything. Sort of, you can almost consider it to be an elimination game. I was having a conversation pregame with John Grisbeck, who's getting ready for the playoffs. They'll be facing Fenwick in the first round. Benet will have home ice advantage for that series. And he said that this game is kind of just about building playoff chemistry. He's going to be rolling a lot of the lines that he expects to be doing in the playoffs. So he said he'll be rolling 3 lines tonight with 1 extra line just in case they get some minutes out there here against the Notre Dame squad that has been struggling. Benet, of course, second place in this league. They have a 25-12 overall record, 10th best in the state, second in the CCHL in the regular season. They've gone 13-3-0. How about a 7-0-0 mark on the road here in Mount Prospect? They play another road game, and they have not lost one away from Seven Bridges Ice Arena.
And to make matters worse, Dylan, Notre Dame has 3 of their starters out tonight. We'll talk about that a little bit later. A couple of call-ups from the JV team who are going to be welcome to the big leagues as we get ready to have this face-off in what proves to be a real uphill battle for Notre Dame. But interested, it's really cool to see these players come out here. They're going to give it their all against Benet, and we'll see what happens. You never know.
17 minutes on the clock here in the first period. Again, before we get going, my name's Dylan Ward. Color commentator will be John Ward. Down at the sideline, Casey Standahar, Jimmy Olsen, our technical engineer, and Vivian Hernandez on the camera. There's the drop of the puck. Notre Dame pulls it back, loses possession, and we're underway here in Mount Prospect. Second to last game of the season for the Notre Dame Dons. This is their home finale. So for a team that's been eliminated from the playoffs, this will be their final time playing on this rink this season. So for a lot of seniors that have been here all the time for the entire way on the Notre Dame college prep squad, This is their last time at Mount Prospect Ice Arena in a competitive setting. Benet will dump the puck down there to grab it. Benedetto, he is the leading scorer, not just on the Red Wings, but in the entire CCHL. How about that? Benedetto and Giovanni Maselli are first and second in league scoring this year. But here's Budrick. He shoots, just missed the net far post. It's kept in. Peebles, actually it did squeak out of there, so Benet will grab it. Benet in white here on your screen, Notre Dame in the blue and green. As Farago tries to move in on net but couldn't get a shot away, passes it back out to the slot, and a Peebles shot was stopped by D'Elia, the goaltender in net for Notre Dame. He's played every single league game this year. Nick D'Elia with a 2-15-1 record. That's the same record as the Notre Dame Dons.
And that might have a little bit of something to do with their record this year, Dylan, as he doesn't have anybody sitting on the bench to take his place to play those games and give himself a rest.
Centering pass to Budrick, he scores, and just a minute and a half in, Budrick gets the first goal of the game for Tommy Budrick. That's goal number 14 on the year. He ties Maselli, who we were just talking about, at 26 points, second place in the CCHL, and Benet leads 1-0 first.
Yeah, Dylan, I don't know who passed that puck from Benet out in front, but it was an easy pass. He only had one Notre Dame player to beat, put it right between his legs and left hit the goal scorer out in front of the net all by himself. No chance for the down goal.
So Benet scores first. It's something that they're used to, John. Only 5 times this season have they allowed the first goal. 12 times they've scored first. And in those 12, 11-1 so far on the year. How about when Notre Dame allows the first goal, which has happened all but 3 times for them this season? They've only got a 1-13-1 record. Here's Benet with another chance. It's sent into the near corner, right by our broadcast position. Here in the Notre Dame side of the rink, closest to their bench and closest to the net that they will defend twice. A shot comes in from the point. It's going to be grabbed by Hunning, and he tries to get it out, but it's kept in by the Red Wings. A shot comes in, he scores! Sperling, what a snipe! Goal number 11 on the season makes it 2-0 Benet here with 14:34 to go in the first.
Yeah, Dylan, Sperling just got that puck right at the blue line. He was only about 5 or 10 feet in and just had a wrister that really D'Elia should have stopped, but it got past him, and now we got a 2-0 lead. Look for Benet to start padding their statistics tonight. That's what it shows on paper right now.
Again, in a game that, doesn't make a difference in the standings per se for either of these two teams. Notre Dame can't uneliminate themselves, and Benet already locking up that number 2. These are the last few games of the regular season before playoff action. So like you said, pad those stats. Now Notre Dame with the puck in the attacking zone for the first time tonight. Benet will get it out. Benedetto pokes it ahead of 1. He comes over the blue line on the left wing side, and a pass intended for his man Sperling. Missed him, so instead Benedetto gets it back here on the near side. He's got 2 men to beat, one of them Duffy. He does, but then you heard the whistle here, stopping play with 13:54 to go in the first. And what do we have here?
We might have McFarland getting a retaliation penalty down in the corner. McFarland and Benedetto just couldn't untangle from each other, and then I think McFarland just had about enough and gave him Benedetto a slash on his back as he skated away.
So the Dons will be shorthanded after allowing 2 goals in the first 3.5 minutes of play. Now they're going to have to go 2 more minutes without one of their skaters out there. 5-on-4 for the time being. Face-off win by the team on the power play. That's Benet. Here's Alegna. He centered it Maselli with a backhand shot, but it rolled wide of the net. And the Dons are going to clear this one the length of the ice. Good start to the PK by Notre Dame.
Yeah, they're going to have to take it in small steps, Dylan, so just getting clears on power on the PK and just start racking up some confidence that way.
One interesting statistic for the Notre Dame Dons is they've actually scored 4 shorthanded goals on the season, which is 5th in this league. So You know, there's a lot of statistics that they find themselves last or second to last in, pretty much at the bottom of the table here in the CCHL, but one bright spot for them is the 5th most shorthanded goals on the year so far. So as they kill this penalty, we'll see how that progresses as Bennett Schlee sent it back for Di Benedetto to the slot, and then it gets cleared by Miskovich all the way down.
They might need a couple of those shorthanded goals tonight, Dylan, to pull this one out.
Bennett with 2 goals and 4 shots on goal. As Fargo around Miskovich, he takes a shot. It rolls wide of the net. Nice move by him. As a centering feed for Rosenthal, he backhanded that one to no one. Griffin found it first. Griffin off the near boards, back to the point for the Red Wings. It's sent down to the goal line. Di Benedetto with a nice drag to get around Griffin Delfas, I believe. Excuse me, that's actually Damian DeBoer, not on my roster. He's one of those 3 JV call-ups tonight for the Notre Dame Dons. Also 27 in blue, Zach Anderson. He's got 5 points so far to his name in 17 games played at the JV level. As Griffin comes in on net, he takes a shot that rolls wide. Finally, Michael Fattori, 16 games played and 7 points and the JV league here in the CCHL. Now, after that puck deflected off of D'Elia, it went out of play for a stoppage. Power play over, so unsuccessful are the Red Wings in their first attempt here with 11:51 to go in the first.
Dylan, the Red Wings showing some really great speed there. That's all they're doing is just beating Notre Dame with speed right now. So they're beating them to the puck and getting around them when they get up ahead of steam. So Notre Dame better watch that. They better start cutting off the angles and getting to where they have to skate less than Benet if they're not going to be as fast as they are.
Yeah, guys, that's exactly what head coach Matt Lights, the Dons, expressed to me. He said, you know, we really do suffer from those high penalty minutes while we're playing Benet, and they're the leading scorer in power play goals. They lead the league in power play goals. And Benet has really found a rhythm. Coach Ryan Grisbeck says the Red Wings will stick to their lines they're playing tonight. This Red Wings team is in January and February mode. They're ready for the playoffs. They want repeatable plays where they can draw penalties. You'll also notice they've switched up their defensive pairs with their forward pairs. And this is what they're going to be going with through the rest of the season.
14 power play goals on the season for the Red Wings, averaging just less than 1 per game. Unsuccessful on their first attempt there. That's the only penalty we've seen so far. Here's Adamski. He will dump it in left wing side. It'll roll all the way below the goal line for Peebles. Looking to bring it up are the Red Wings. They'll play it off the near side glass, and it goes all the way down below the Notre Dame goal line. Here's McPartland with it, near corner. Try to get it out to Duffy, intercepted by Griffin. He sets up Rosenthal. Backdoor Griffin trying to tap it home. He could not quite get the backhander on net, but Bennett will keep the puck. Here's another pass to Griffin at the slot. He shoots, and that goes into D'Elia's glove. He'll hang on for a whistle. 10:23 to go here in period number 1. Bennett scored 2 goals in the first 3 minutes of this game. Those are the only ones on the scorecard so far.
Dylan, that was Bennett's 6th shot on net to Notre Dame's 0 so far in the game. So if that's not indicative of what's going on here, I don't know what is.
Here in Mount Prospect Ice Arena, we are on the South Rink. If you've ever been here before, it's the home of the Reapers. As another shot is stopped by D'Elia. Right in front, what a pass! And tapping that one home, Gabriel Zapinski, and it's 3-0 Red Wings.
D'Elia just got caught too far outside the paint, Dylan. He's about 4 or 5 feet outside, so that allowed Benet to take a rebound and just backhand a centering pass right behind D'Elia, and so he was beaten pretty cleanly. Open net, couldn't miss that shot.
Unreal goal by the Benet Red Wings here at the close net to the camera. So sure some of those guys will be watching that play back again as it goes into the near corner. Benet looking to keep it in. Here's Schlee right by the Dons bench. He fights off a couple of checks, tried to make a move with the puck, but then it got stolen away by Notre Dame again. Here's Damian DeBoer, one of the JV call-ups. He passes back for Hunning, who plays it ahead. But getting there first for Notre Dame is going to be Caulfield. Now they hack and whack by the Benet net, but Don't believe they registered a shot on target. The Red Wings will try and bring it out, and they do. Rosenthal elects to just dump that one down perfectly on net. Then he sprints back to the bench for a change. Poking it ahead, though, Maselli. He got the puck for himself below the goal line. Now right by that cameraman on the ladder. Hopefully they don't knock him down. Here's Heller, right point, shoots, and that just missed the net. Hoover kept it in. And boy, the Benet Red Wings have done such a great job of keeping the puck in the attacking zone so far in this game. Every time Notre Dame's attempted to bring it out, they have some kind of answer to say no. 8:56 to go here on the stoppage in the first.
Yeah, Dylan, where we're located on this broadcast tonight is basically down in the zone where Benet shoots twice. So a lot of the action is right down in front of us, and boy, are they giving D'Elia some work tonight.
So I was saying earlier, on the south rink here tonight for the broadcast, this is not Notre Dame's usual ice surface that they play on, while it is the usual building. Normally they're on the center rink, but on Saturday nights, Prep gets to play home games at that rink, and they've got a game tonight. So Notre Dame gets pushed over here for their home finale. Also another game going on the north rink. New Trier Green and St. Viator over in the Scholastic Hockey League. So Prep being in the combined division, Notre Dame being in the CCHL, and St. Viator being in the SHL. We've got 3 hockey games tonight at the high school level from 3 different leagues as that puck goes out of play for another stoppage. 9-0 are shots on goal favoring the Benet Red Wings. They also lead in goals, 3-0 with 8:12 in the first. Here's a near side face-off. It's won by Zeman. Grabbed immediately, Farago. He'll play it off the glass, and it's going to be grabbed by Duffy. Taking it away to Wilkins. He'll send it to Peebles, who's at the high slot. Now, Alagna trying to cross that one to Wilkins, but couldn't get a stick on it. Probably was too tight to be a reasonable chance anyway, but Benet, again, will hang on to possession. Shannon hits to Wilkins into the near corner. Unfazed by that is to Wilkins as he sends the puck back to Alagna at the point. He shoots, and that got deflected. But making the save was D'Elia. Now a scrum here in the near corner. The loose puck is found. Farago, but he lost it. So here comes Michael Johnson with the puck. With 7 goals on the season, 7 points on the season, 4 goals and 3 assists. Johnson's one of the higher point producers on this Notre Dame team. Shane Zeman has 16. Seamus Malahy has 12, but Malahy is not present here at the rink tonight. So in terms of leading scorers on the Notre Dame roster, Michael Johnson, number 9 in blue, is in second place that are here at this game tonight.
And just to give you a little context on those high goal scorers for Notre Dame, there are 6 Benet players with more points than the leading point getter on Notre Dame, Zeman. They better hold up. There's another puck on the rink.
Yeah, they noticed that as soon as they dropped it. I thought that linesman by the blue line was going to notice that. Maybe you saw it on our camera. As they're going to drop the puck here again. Face-off in Benet's zone. 7:04 to go in period number 1. Face-off won by the Red Wings. They'll play it off the far boards for Rosenthal, waiting in neutral ice. But instead, it'll be dumped down by Quentin Hunning. Hunning leads the team in penalty minutes at 42, and a team that already takes a lot of penalties to begin with. Doesn't have a point to his name, but he's a team leader in another way. Here's a weak shot by O'Neill. Was going to miss the net wide. D'Elia made the save anyway. 6:37 now to go in the first period. 3-0 Red Wings.
That was D'Elia's 10th save of the game. 7th save, 10 shots on goal to Notre Dame's goose egg so far. So they got to come down there. They got to put something on the net. They got to give Janice a little bit of work down there.
Notre Dame's been struggling in both the offense and defensive categories over the last 3 games. In those last 3 games, they've been outscored 28-2 and outshot 117-71. How about this? The first time that these two teams matched up, it was Benet winning by a final score of 10-2, and the shots on goal in that game were Benet 49-7, including in the first period where they outshot them 29-3. Absolute domination by the Red Wings over in Seven Bridges Ice Arena on their home fixture against Notre Dame, and now they travel here, and so far they're off to the same kind of story. The Dons will dump that puck out to Bennett's defensive end. They'll make a change, and the Red Wings will look to bring it up. Here's that leading point getter, Di Benedetto. Lost the puck, went through Johnson's legs, got it back. And then Johnson picked it up and will bring it the other way for the Dons. Notre Dame looking to score a goal here before this period is over. They've been held without a goal in 8 of the last 9 periods coming into this game over their last 3 games.
They might look to just get a shot on net. Kind of know what that feels like. Dylan, I hate to say this, this is kind of one of those games that when you look on paper, you say, hey, maybe shouldn't be played. The way Bennett's had their way with Notre Dame going all the way back to that first game of the season, and then the way that Notre Dame has kind of suffered over the last 3 games, being outshot 28-2. But you got to play, and this Notre Dame team has a lot of heart, and that's why you lace them up, and that's why you come on the ice and put your heart on the ice and try to win every game.
Heart has been what they need. So correct, guys. Honestly, head coach Matt Leitsky for Notre Dame says that he's had a lot of injuries. That's been the main problem. They have a young team, a team that's having to have their freshmen and their sophomore players step injured junior and senior players. So stepping up into those roles and making sure that they don't give up, even though they're pretty sure they're not going to make the playoffs at this point.
So Notre Dame continues to work with the puck. It's stripped away by Benet. They have a 2-on-0. Skating with the puck, Sterling passes Budrick back to Sterling. Yes, sir. 4-0 for the Red Wings. On a 2-on-0 rush, Delia had no chance. Shorthanded goal for Benet. While they were killing a penalty, we failed to mention that here on the broadcast, but for Benet, that's shorthanded goal number 7 on the year. And they now were previously tied for that leader, now have the most shorthanded goals in the CCHL.
Dylan, the Red Wings made that look pretty easy, just tic-tac-toe. Delia left all by himself. Possibly could have used his stick to poke check, but that was, he was out there. He was left all by himself.
So the Dons' power play continues as McFarland brings it in, drops it off. Ladowski got it back, tried a shot, but it was knocked away before he made contact with the puck. Miskovich will dump it down. Benet looking to rush again shorthanded. There's a pass to Rosenthal, stepping over the blue line. He takes a shot, blockered away by Delia. Went through Ladowski's legs, and so here's Sletcher bringing the puck over the blue line on the near side. It gets dumped out of there. Miskovich will have to play back in his own zone with 28 to go on the power play.
What a great stop by Delia on that one. Just the Benet player put it right between the Don's legs, and it was tough to read, but Delia just really, really made a spectacular stop on that blocker save.
3.5 to go here in the first period. Benet put their foot on the gas to start this game, and they have not stopped. 4-0 is the score. That includes a shorthanded goal as well, most recently, on a 2-on-0 rush. We're back to even strength here now after the Dons' power play was unsuccessful. Ladowski's pass was deflected by the stick of Peebles, and it goes out of play for a stoppage with 3 flat on the clock. 11-0 shots on goal, so the Dons have not registered a shot yet here in the dying moments of this period. They'll get an offensive zone faceoff, though. You see number 43 in blue getting ready to take that faceoff. That's Shane Zeman. He is the guy that leads their team in points with 16. He's gotten 14 goals and 2 assists, and 3 of those goals being on the power play. Well, Notre Dame Dons have scored 7 power play goals overall this year, so just under half of them have come off the stick of Zeman. Zeman will dump it down below the Benet goal line. It's going to be grabbed by the Red Wings. Peebles will play it up through the neutral zone. It goes over to the near side. Here comes Alagna. He centered it, and what a save made. Boy, Zapensky just barely couldn't get that one by. Coming across was D'Elia. Alagna again, another save made by D'Elia. Di Benedetto now has the puck. He will send it back to the point. Hoover over to Alagna on the near side. Getting a stick on that one for Notre Dame was Charlie Duffy. Nice play to get that puck out of there and force a faceoff.
Dylan, you're going to look back at the end of this game, and that's probably the save of the game. Going from post to post, D'Elia was easily able to come across and stop that puck. Well, I shouldn't say easily. If it's a save of the game, it's not going to be easy. It was a fantastic post-to-post transfer, and he got his pad right in front before it was poked in by the Benet player.
Neutral ice face-off is grabbed by Benet. They will send it down into the Don's end. There's Damian DeBoer in the far corner. It's intercepted by Benet. Here's Budrick going behind the net. Budrick plays it off the near boards. Back to the point it goes, and a shot comes in. It's sticked away by DeBoer. Maselli will grab it behind the cage, looking to set up Budrick. Instead, Budrick will just come grab the puck. Then that pass intercepted by Fattori. Fattori, another one of those JV call-ups. Looked like he was going to be guilty of icing right there, but they wave it off. So here come the Red Wings here with 1 minute and 20 seconds to go in the first period. Already up 4-0. Pass to the slot, Budrick. Couldn't get a shot on target, but here's another pass. Sperling takes a shot. That one misses the net wide. Budrick will play it down into the left wing corner. Sets up one of his men right back door, and the save was made initially, but it looked like the puck might have rolled into the net after the fact, but getting it out of harm's way are the Dons. Now here's Conley. That's intercepted by the Red Wings again. Farrago puts it through Anderson's legs, or just barely couldn't. Anderson grabs the puck, gave it to Fattori, who will get it out to neutral ice here with 45. Here's Farrago, down low to Rosenthal. Red Wings try and keep that puck in. Eventually they cannot. Farrago sent it back to his own defensive end, where it's grabbed by Di Benedetto. Now just 26 seconds on the clock. Benet takes a shot. That's just wide of the net to the right. Zigman gets hit by Farrago. Grabbing the puck, though, is Notre Dame. They will get it out to neutral ice and go for a change. So now with 10 seconds left, Benet grabs possession. Maybe one more rush chance for them. Over the blue line with 6. Pulling up is DeWilkins, but it's grabbed away by the Dons. And there's the horn to end the first period of play. 4-0 after 1. And how about Notre Dame not getting a single shot on goal after 17?
Yeah, Dylan, 15 shots versus 0. I will tell you that D'Elia has hit a little bit of a stride here, because he's had to, maybe the last 5 stops that he's made were super goal chances for Benet, and he stood up to the test. So right now, you know, he's the guy that's keeping this game somewhat close. But just some fantastic saves. Otherwise, you could have a bigger than a 4-goal margin here.
Well, after that first period, the Red Wings did not allow a goal. They've allowed a goal in 5 straight periods. They've allowed 8 goals in those 5, and also they've allowed 9 goals in 9 out of the 10 previous periods coming into this one. So they held second to last place team in the league off the scoreboard in period number 1. And they've gotten a pretty decent cushion for themselves, sitting at 4-0. 17 minutes on the clock to start the second. Sorry, John, go ahead.
Yeah, just going to say, interesting to think what is it Griesbeck, the coach of Benet, will be saying to his players, because he probably might try a few things that a few plays that he hasn't designed up until now. This could be the game to try some of that stuff out. We'll take a look at the Benet players to see, if they start, doing a little flashy stuff. If they start to get too relaxed. So, hopefully the coach will say, hey, maybe this is not the time to do that. We still got to be serious and put this one in the books. But I would say that the Benet players are starting to get a little bit relaxed and knowing that they just don't have any tension in this game.
Hey, Casey, down there, I see you at the Notre Dame bench. So after that first period, what's the team morale and overall energy after such a dominant period by the opposition?
Head coach Lightsky just really expressed that we need to have stops, be stronger in front of the net, and we need shots on goal. He said, we've been down 6 at this point, so this is an improvement.
All right, well, here's Benet with the puck to start the first. It's stolen away by the Dons, but that pass intended for Duffy went to Peebles instead, and he'll send it down. Looks like it just doesn't have enough on it for icing, so grabbing it is Joe McPartland. Right in front, and a tap in. I believe that's Di Benedetto getting credit for the goal. The puck was sitting loose by the blue paint, and D'Elia had no idea where it was, and one of the easier goals that the leading point getter in the CCHL has scored this season makes it 5-0.
Yeah, that was just D'Elia getting ready to put his mitt on it. He just didn't get it down to the ice fast enough. But Di Benedetto just took it right from underneath. I think he was surprised that he didn't freeze that puck. So, got to be a little quicker.
So now that's 5 goals for the Red Wings before the Dons have registered a shot. Maselli drops it off. Budrick will skate behind the net, looking to set up a play. He'll go back to the point. Nice pass over to Maselli at the left circle. He takes a shot, hits the side of the net. It's going to be kept in. Hoover sends it over to the left circle. Get it back to the point. Here's Heller. He takes a shot. That's blocked by Notre Dame. Keeping the puck in the near corner of the Red Wings, but a pass missed, and it'll exit the zone. 15:39 to go in the second period. That should be an icing, and there's the whistle against the Red Wings. So for the Notre Dame Dons, they'll have an offensive zone faceoff here as they look to get their first shot on target to the Red Wings 17.
Yeah, I would imagine that you're going to see Zeman. Yep, he's out there. He's ready to take this face-off draw. He is the high point getter for Notre Dame. And so we're going to see he's got Duffy and I can't tell who's on that left side there, Dylan.
It is hard to tell. Looks like that might be Michael Johnson. Both these two teams do not have jersey numbers on their sleeves, just their back. That's the only place that they appear, which sometimes makes it a little bit more difficult to spot those players, especially when they are on the far sides. But here is DeBoer. Trying to get it out, but the Red Wings will keep it in. Send it down low to the near side corner. Farago, and the Dons will bring it up ice. A little sloppy passing by the Dons resulted in no one really having true possession of that puck, and the Red Wings come the other way. What a move right there. And a shot comes in. It stopped initially on the rebound. They try and poke it home, and it wouldn't get by Nick D'Elia. Then the pass went all the way down. Might look like an icing, but it was Benet that shot it down to their own side. So we'll keep playing here with 14:27 to go in the second period. Long stretch pass for Farago. Farago over to the far side, and a shot comes in by Zipinski, but it missed the net. Now 20 shots on goal for the Red Wings before Notre Dame has gotten one yet. Here comes Zeman over the blue line. He takes a shot, and it's stopped by Janis. There it is, the first shot on goal for Notre Dame in this game. But now the other way comes Benet in a 2-on-1. Pass over, and initially the shot missed the net, but then it was sitting loose for Di Benedetto. He gets his second goal of the game, and Still less than halfway through the second. It's 6-0 Red Wings.
Unfortunately for Notre Dame, that shot was blockered away. It was a good shot, and Janis made a good save, but they rebounded all the way down the boards and put Benet on a 2-on-1, and they capitalized.
So now 6-0 for the Red Wings. By the way, coming into this game, the Red Wings have scored 5+ goals 3 of the last 4 games. Now you can make that 4 of the last 5. They've been really racking up the goals lately on offense as Peebles from the left point takes a shot. It missed the net wide. There's DiBenedetto over to the near side, Schlee. Schlee, by the way, the only freshman on the Benet Red Wing team. If their team is entirely comprised of juniors and seniors, except for Hudson Schlee, who, by the way, has 21 points on this season coming into tonight, one of their leading producers, and Jeremy DeWilkins, the sophomore. Doesn't have a goal to his name, but 7 assists for DeWilkins. So those two guys, especially the freshman Hudson Schlee, 9 goals, 12 assists for 21 points. They've got a future star, and I would imagine a future captain in the Red Wings program. Here's Maselli, far side. Pass to the slot, intercepted by the Dons. Grabbing it back are the Red Wings. Maselli will dump it all the way down, just barely over the red line, so it won't be an icing. Here with 12:30 to go in the second. Butterick sent it below the goal line. Adamski gets in there to battle on the near side half boards and try and clear it out, but it's kept in by Benet. A shot comes in for Benet. That was Ethan Heller with the drive, but it got deflected on its way and missed the net. By the way, as the puck gets iced by the Dons, just want to take a look at some of these records after trailing and leading one period. The Notre Dame Dons, in the 18 games that they've played, have only had the lead after the first period one time. 12 times they were trailing. You can make that 13 now. And whenever that happens, they've got an 0-11-1 record. And of course, by this wide of a margin, makes it even harder to come back from. As for the Red Wings, when they lead after the first, they are at an 8-1 record. And as they try and make that 9-1, they continue to pour it on here against Notre Dame. We're only in the second period. It's 6-0. Seaman grabs the puck and will send it down softly, so it shouldn't be an icing. Getting there first was the Red Wings. They'll try and get it out, but Johnson passed it to Duffy. Couldn't get it by Heller. And now a whistle on the play. Are we going to get a penalty? 11:19 to go in the second period. 6-0 in favor of the Red Wings. And let's see what they decide to do here and the reason behind the whistle.
The two refs are just talking right at the blue line. They're just conferring. And let's see what they've decided here.
Looks like it is going to be a penalty against Benet as the door opens up. We do have game sheet working a little bit here, so we can tell you what that penalty is officially momentarily.
It's Heller taking a seat. So something, I think something behind the play.
Well, it looks like they're talking to the official scorers down there, and they'll send that information up to our computer screens up here. Meanwhile, it is going to be another Notre Dame power play, 0 for 1 so far on the night. As a matter of fact, they allowed a shorthanded goal on their only power play attempt. On that beautiful 2-on-1 rush.
Okay, looks like it's going to be a roughing call on Heller. Ref just gave the sign for that. Now he's coming back into the zone. So I think we're going to have a face-off here.
Yep, 2 minutes for roughing. You can make it official if you're scoring at home. So now Notre Dame going to get a power play chance to try and get their first goal of the contest. Only got one shot on net so far. 0 shots took place on that first power play.
Yeah, Dylan, I think it's also a 4-minute roughing penalty. So he's got 4 minutes up on the clock, and I think that's why Heller is so upset. And now the ref is, saying, hey, let's get this puck on the ice right now. Let's get a face-off going. Start this game again.
DiBenedetto and Zeman, the leading point producer on each team, will take the face-off, and it is won by Notre Dame. So a nice opportunity to get themselves back in the game a little bit for the Dons, but Zeman gave it up. Here comes Benedetto. Benedetto trying to poke it ahead of a couple. Taps it to himself, but it's going to be called a high stick instead. DiBenedetto does not agree with the call, but nothing he can do about it now. So 11:03 to go in the second period. 3:45 to go in the penalty. And this faceoff's going to come back to Benet ice.
That looked like it was everything was legal on that play, so I think I understand why he's a little bit upset about that. Got to watch Notre Dame going into the corners on that offensive rush. 3 players going for the puck, leaving an odd number for Benet to break out easily on that play and ultimately get almost a shot on goal before right after the whistle was blown.
Here's Adamski. He'll skate behind his own blue line, or gold line, excuse me. Send it to the near side. Poking it ahead, Zeman. He catches up to the puck, sets up Duffy, he shoots, and Janis makes the stop. A nice pass by Shane Zeman to set up his man, but Janis came across to make the save. That's now 2 shots on goal for Notre Dame in this game.
Clearly Notre Dame's best chance there.
Zeman in on net, he takes a shot, save, rebound, Johnson trying to tap it home, but the stick of Caulfield got across to prevent that shot from going anywhere. Then the loose one was covered up by Janis. So some nice offensive looks right there for the Dons, but still without a goal in the game. 2:55 still on the clock for their power play.
Could Janis have a sweat ball coming down his forehead? It's about the most action he's had, but it's really nice. Notre Dame putting it to him a little bit here.
Off the face-off, Benet will control. Stolen away by Djic across to Ladowski, and he couldn't get it a shot off, so here comes Zapinski will go down below the goal line, short-handed, but it's grabbed by Notre Dame instead. We'll play it off the far boards and chase it down. Getting there first, Alagna. Far corner. Alagna will send it out to neutral ice. The Red Wings continue their great penalty kill so far in this game. Peebles' clearing attempt was kept in by Djic. Then Sletcher lost the puck, and Bennett's going to take possession again, clear at the length. 9:26 now to go in the second period, and it's 6-0 for the Red Wings.
2 minutes gone on that 4-minute power play.
So halfway done with that. Notre Dame now goes 0 for 2 on the power play, and they still got some time. Although Benet just drew a penalty of their own. Heading to the bench is Janis. Here's Alagna, shoots! That just went wide. It's going to be a tripping call at the next time Notre Dame touches the puck. Alagna goes far side. It's poked out of there right to the slot, and it's going to be possessed by the Dons, and we get the whistle. So with 1:37 to go on the power play, that now turns into a 4-on-4, as Notre Dame will be guilty of a penalty here. Miskovich will head to the box. We'll wait to get the official call.
I'm pretty sure that's a tripping call. Just got his stick underneath the blade of the Benet player as he moved in on the goalie, on the Don goalie. So he just tripped him up just a little bit, but enough for the arm raise.
So we'll play 4-on-4 for the next minute and 37 seconds. After that, it'll be a quick 23-second power play for Notre Dame, for Benet. And we'll be back to 5-on-5, assuming there's no penalties that happen in that stretch. Here's Budrick over the blue line. He gave it to Fargo. It's now back for Budrick. Now to the point, Hoover. Near side, Griffin couldn't hang on to the puck, but instead it'll be Fargo. Fargo tried to send that one down to the right circle, but it's intercepted by Notre Dame. They'll just barely squeak that puck out of the zone. A neutral zone shot comes in by Benet, goes on net, but was stopped by D'Elia. Budrick over to the far side. Centering feed over the near side circle. Farago with the puck. Gave it to Budrick. Budrick for Griffin, now at the right wing. Goes to the corner below the goal line. Skates with the puck, now on the near side. Out for Hoover. His shot just missed the net. Rebound grab by Notre Dame and gotten out to neutral ice. 24 seconds to go till the 4-on-4 is over. Then we get the abbreviated Benet power play. Here's Griffin in his own defensive end. He's looking to set up Di Benedetto. He passes back for Farago. Farago, Di Benedetto, left circle. Fed the slot. No one was there. Instead, it'll be Benet controlling the puck. All right, I believe that's Budrick that I was just calling Di Benedetto. Looks like they have two guys on the team that are head captains with the C on their jersey. So made that mistake. Meanwhile, Zeman takes a shot. Blocked by Janis. Benet will rush the other way. Now the first penalty over. They're on the power play, but only for 5 more seconds. And now that's going to expire, and we're back to 5-on-5. Alagna, right circle, pass across Di Benedetto, who is now on the ice. He has 2 goals in this game so far, so he is on hat-trick watch. Scored the last 2 most recent goals for the Red Wings, both in this period. Notre Dame poking that one out, and now they will have a rush the other way. Pass across to the near side. Here's Zeman. Zeman trying to get around Alagna and pass for his man, Delphas, but he couldn't grab possession of that puck. Nice play by Shane Zeman, though. Here's Alagna. Out to neutral ice. Rosenthal with a shot. That goes into the glove of D'Elia. He's going to hang on for a stoppage. Now 24 shots on goal after that one for the Red Wings as opposed to the 5 for Notre Dame. In a game, the Red Wings lead 6-0.
That shot was pretty easy for D'Elia. Just kind of a relaxed, nobody between him and the goalie. Didn't have too much speed on it, so just kind of gloved that and said, let's take a stoppage and play here.
Let's talking a little bit about Di Benedetto. Of course, mentioning he's the leading point producer in the CCHL, and of course, by that logic, leading point getter on this Benet Red Wing team. He actually started the season on an 11-game point streak. The first 11 games that the Red Wings played, he registered either a goal or an assist in every single one. Then he was held off the score sheet for 2 games. After that, he has points in 4 in a row, and now that's a current streak. So it's 5 in a row after the 2 goals he scored in this game. Here's another shot by the Red Wings, stopped by the goaltender. Rebound comes into the near corner. 5:25 to go in the second period. 6-0 for the visitors. Shot comes in and missed the net wide. That was Spieling with that shot off the end boards. D'Elia will put a glove on it and cover it up for a stoppage and another defensive zone faceoff for Notre Dame here with 5:15 to go in period 2 of 3.
Yeah, and Dylan, besides Di Benedetto, he's got 1, 2, 3. He's got 4 other players on this team with 25 points or more. So he is backed up pretty healthily by these other players on this team. So they're getting a lot of production from all over these lines.
Di Benedetto over to the far side. Benet in absolute control of this game pretty much every second that it's took place. Maselli gets hit into the boards by Lepuski. And the Dons will get that one out to the neutral zone here with 4:30 to go. Hoover near side will send it to the far side for Heller. Heller back for Hoover. Hoover through neutral ice, looking to get around Zygmunt. He got it back. Di Benedetto takes a shot. Stopped by D'Elia, and the Dons on the rebound will get it out into Bennett's end with 4:12 to go in this period. Here's a Lagna. Got it to DeWilkins. Again, that's the sophomore. Now behind the net it goes for the Red Wings. Pass to Hoover with tons of space. Backdoor Farago, and he missed the pass. Oh, what a play right there to set up his man, but just couldn't connect on the pass. That would have been an open net. A Lagna to the slot. Farago waiting, but he couldn't get that pass either. Now Notre Dame will get it out of their zone, but it will be an icing as the linesman blows the whistle. And we'll go back to the Benet attacking end of the ice. 3:30 to go here in the second period. 6-0 game. Shots on goal favor the Red Wings, 28-5.
Yeah, Dylan, I think that last play by Benet was indicative of the score, the shots on goal. I mean, clearly there was nobody between him and the goalie, and he was about 10, 15 feet out, and he just decided to pass it easily. Could have had a really, really effective shot on net against D'Elia, and he just decided, I don't even have to do it. I could just try to feed it off into the corner. So,
hope you've been enjoying the debut season of the CCHL Game of the Week. We've been doing the SHL Game of the Week over in the Scholastic League for a while, but this is the first year that we've been over here in the Chicago Catholic League with our same production crew. So if you've never experienced this broadcast before, we certainly hope that you've been enjoying it all season long. Here in the second to last regular season game on the CCHL network, here's another shot stopped by D'Elia. We got a game tomorrow. It's actually the Blackhawks rivalry series. It's going to be St. Rita visiting Brother Rice. And that'll be a great rivalry game. And now the puck. Looked like it almost was Andrew Shaw into the net with the headbutt, but I believe it did go off the skater's shoulder. And stopping it and hanging on was D'Elia. 2:27 to go in the second period.
Yeah, Dylan, D'Elia's had to come up really, really big. He's down 6-0, but we got 2 minutes and 27 seconds left in this period. Second period, he's got 30 shots against them. That's a full night's work in not even 2 periods.
Make sure you don't click off the page as soon as the second period is over. Casey down there at ice level will be talking to Matthew Leitsky about what he thought about his squad's first 2. Then after that, coming into the third, we'll go to the other bench and talk to John Grisbeck about his views. Of course, we'll also have our interview post-game with the winning side. Here's Benet with the puck. It's Griffin. He'll play it off the far boards right by the penalty boxes. It's taken away by the Dons. McPartland couldn't get it by, so here come the Red Wings the other way. A pass across, looking for Curtis Sperling. It never reached his stick. It was blocked by Notre Dame. Long stretch pass. Sperling found it before the blue line. He's in on it on the breakaway. He shoots, and D'Elia makes the stop. Probably the loudest the Notre Dame fans have been here at Mount Prospect Ice Arena all game long after that breakaway save.
Bennett's 31st shot was a clear breakaway, and D'Elia was up for the challenge.
That was D'Elia's 25th save of the evening. Janis here over on the near side. Only has had to make 5 so far. Heller will send it down to the corner here with less than a minute to go in the second. 6-0 scoreline that favors the visiting Benet Red Wings. Notre Dame here at Mount Prospect Ice Arena, themselves and Carmel Catholic, who play in Vernon Hills, are the only 2 teams in the CCHL that are up here on the North Shore. All the other teams are either in the south side of Chicago or pretty much there. So for the Notre Dame Dons, a lot of traveling to do. Same with Carmel Catholic. And anytime somebody comes to visit Notre Dame, it's also a long drive. That's going to be an icing against Notre Dame. We'll have another face-off at the far end of the ice with 15.5 seconds on the clock before our break.
Janis just kind of clearing out his blue paint in front of his net. Hasn't had too much work tonight. 5 shots on net, so no pressure on that end of the ice.
Faceoff is won by Notre Dame. And they'll be content with just pinning this one into the corner and getting a clear here in the final seconds of this period, not to let Benet add the extra point to their touchdown. Here's the horn as Peebles winds up for a shot. He passes instead, but wouldn't have been in time anyhow. So that's going to be it for the first 2 periods. 6-0 after the first portion of the game. We'll now head into the locker rooms for the break. But before we do, we'll send it down to Casey Standahar with head coach of the Notre Dame Dons, Matthew Lightsky, for his thoughts. Casey, right down to you.
Thanks, guys. Coach D'Elia able to make some good stops in the second period. Defensively, what can this team do to limit early goals in the third?
Yeah, we have to stop turning the puck over. We're constantly, when we do get possession in our defensive zone behind the net, we're just throwing it giving it right back to them, and that's where we're getting a lot of shots coming Nick's way because of that. That's what Nick's been for us all year. He faces a ton of score chances, faces a ton of rubber, probably more than any other goalie in this league, and he makes some tremendous saves. The results, we were down 6-0, but Nick's made probably a dozen incredible saves. So pretty much, what we've been dealing with all season, we're dealing with here again tonight. So we'll try to limit their turnovers a little bit more in the third.
You said that you wanted this team not to give up no matter what the circumstances, be ready to skate 200 feet either way at any time. What message of encouragement will you give to them before the third?
That's going to be what I'm going to tell them here coming into the third. They got to dig deep, find it within their heart to compete with 17 more minutes. It's not a secret we're outmatched talent-wise against this group, but we got to keep improving, and we can't roll over and die. Otherwise, it's going to be 10-0 real quick. So that's going to be the message delivered here, and hopefully we can come out and at least win the third period.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Casey, so much. So we will take a break here on the CCHL network. Don't go anywhere, though. The live broadcast will continue. We'll just put down our headsets. Jimmy the Wiz Olsen will roll some highlights for you during the break. And when we come back in about 10 or so minutes, we'll hear from the other coach of the Benet Red Wings, John Grisbeck. Thanks so much for listening and watching to the first 2. The third coming up. The teams have taken the ice here ahead of the third period, which means we are back for the final 17 of this one here from Mount Prospect Ice Arena. The Benet Red Wings currently lead the Notre Dame Dons by a score of 6-0. So as Benet gets ready for what will probably be a win, Casey will check in with the head coach of the Red Wings, John Grisbeck. Casey, whenever you're ready.
Coach, 6-0 goal for the third. To limit this team goal with your defense. Both sides of your puck. And
want to work this next week, so we're working on some face-off plays, little things, activating our
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks so much, Casey. Now, the Red Wings will be shooting here at the close net. Red Wings wearing white, Notre Dame Dons wearing blue. So the Benet Red Wings, who sit at a pretty comfortable spot here in this game so far, interestingly enough, have gone 2 straight games without a third period goal after they were able to manage 8 third period goals in their last 3 before that. So Notre Dame will take the ice and shoot from right to left, Benet from left to right as we get ready for the final frame. Notre Dame still with only 5 shots on goal. All 5 of those shots took place in the second period. They were held without one for the entirety of the first period. They take possession here, and a Zeman blast just missed the net wide. Will roll all the way down to the other side here on a fresh sheet of ice. Here's Conley with the puck. By the way, on that third goal that the Red Wings scored by Zapinski, getting an assist on that one was Hudson Schlee, who we were talking about earlier in this game, the freshman on the Benet Red Wings roster. He now has a 4-game point streak after registering an assist. That's his only point in this game so far, but now 2 goals and 3 assists in the last 4 for him. So impressive stuff coming from the freshman playing at the varsity level, as Hoover will bring it into the zone. Hoover takes a check from Johnson and Shannon, but the Red Wings keep possession. Here's a blast from the point, stopped by the pad. Then another one from the opposite side of the blue line was also stopped. Shane Zeman now skates with the puck below the goal line. He'll play it off the near side glass and all the way down. That's going to be an icing against Notre Dame. There's the whistle to stop play with 15:35 on the clock here in the third period. And now, because it's a 5-goal lead or above here in the third period, they're going to run the clock for the remainder of this game. So 17 minutes of real time left in the game unless Notre Dame gets it to within 4.
Fantastic save by Delia on that, by his pad on that last Benet shot.
Here's Adamski on the near side. Gave it to Foley on the far side. Foley will play it out of the zone, but there's Peebles to grab it and circle back into his own zone. Again, after this game and the rivalry series presented by the Chicago Blackhawks, that's tomorrow at 4 o'clock p.m. on this very same CCHL network you're on right now. Wow, what a play! Zapinski tried to shoot it while he was falling. Grabbing the rebound was Di Benedetto. No hats thrown on the ice here in Notre Dame land, but that's 3. And it's 7-0.
It's not like they're not trying, Dylan. Some of the fans here are trying to throw the glass over, but there's too much protective netting. Benet player was on his butt, but he still maintained and got a shot off, and the goalie, Delia, just gave up a rebound on the far side for a tap-in for Di Benedetto.
So Di Benedetto in this game has scored his 12th, 13th, and 14th goal of the season. Actually, excuse me, 13, 14, 15. So now He's got half of 30 on this season. They're not done yet. A circle around the net by Budrick. Tried to set up Farago. He couldn't grab it initially, but now he has the puck. Farago in the far corner. All the way to Alagna. He shoots. Blocked by the left pad of D'Elia. Benet leads in shots on goal 34-5 at this point in the contest and lead the game 7-0. Here with 13:12 on a running clock. That deflects out of play for a whistle with 13 minutes left here in the third period in this Benet runaway.
Dylan, I like what the Notre Dame coach Litsky said, that nobody sees more rubber than D'Elia. And among the 7 goals that have been scored against him, he has made some outstanding, spectacular saves during this game that have to be accounted for. And so you got to pat him on the back for that. He's really, really, giving his all. I love this kid's heart.
Notre Dame trying to hack and whack one home, but it's going to be the Red Wings coming the other direction. Benet will play it off the near boards, and down low it goes for Sperling. Sperling, he has a goal tonight. That was his 11th of the year. As it goes back to the far side, Notre Dame trying to get it out. By the way, Di Benedetto scored in the first meeting between these two teams this season. Here in the CCHL, 11 teams in the league. You only play each team twice, once in your barn and once in theirs. So this is the end of the season series. A turnaround shot, nice save by D'Elia on Sperling, who was trying to get his second goal of this game, but it was stopped by the goaltender. Now 11:40 to go in a running clock.
Sperling found himself in the slot all by himself. That puck came shooting out in the corner. Just did a stop, turnaround, and a rifle, and D'Elia was right there. Those are the types of saves I'm talking about. Yeah, a couple of them are getting in, but he's really, really put on a little bit of a show on some of these stops.
Now here's Zeman coming the other direction with the puck. He'll step over the blue line and fire! That just missed the net, far side. Instead it'll go out to neutral ice where Foley gave it up. Now here comes Benet the other way. Here's a pass over to Caulfield, and did the whistle sound? Why'd they stop playing?
Foley made a great play because he literally just checked O'Neill right inside the blue line to make that play off sides. That's a very, very smart play because Benet was coming in on a 3-on-2 break.
Face off in neutral ice. It's taken by Di Benedetto. Sent all the way down low. Here's Farago with it on the far side corner, dropping it off for his captain. It's taken away. Johnson sent it to the slot for Duffy, but he couldn't step over the blue line, so Zeman will dump it into the zone. Taken by Heller near side. He'll play it off the end boards, and then Johnson took a spill behind the play. A nice touch pass. Sends Farago into the zone. He tried a cross-ice pass intended for Heller, but was blocked in front by a Notre Dame stick. So now here come the Dons the other way. There's Zeman, their leading scorer, shoots. Just missed the net. Under 10 to go here before it's all said and done in Mount Prospect. Stepping ahead of a couple of defenders and firing one are the Dons. That was Stefan Adamski. He was looking to score his second goal of the year, unable to do so. So here comes Benet the other direction. Griffin drops it off, and a backhand shot, and another one is stopped by D'Elia. Off the clearing attempt, Benet will keep it in the zone. Zapinski will set up Maselli. He shoots and hits the post. Oh, so close to number 8. Rosenthal with the loose one. He takes it behind the net and gets drilled into the end boards by Shannon. Nice hit by Notre Dame, and a clean one too to help get the puck out of the zone. Benet will tag up and come back in. Here's Budrick, the other captain. His pass missed a couple, and instead will go into neutral ice where Peebles will grab it and reset up for the Red Wings. that puck off Maselli's helmet and will go perfectly to Budrick. Budrick gets taken down from behind. There won't be a penalty, or actually there will. The trailing referee is going to catch that one, not the referee that was right in front of the play. So
yeah, we'll see who goes. It's going to be cross-checking. He gave the cross-check sign. I think he just hit him in the back. Notre Dame player hit him in the back, and that is number 17 for Notre Dame.
It's going to be Matthew Miskovich getting his 7th and 8th penalty minutes of the year, and another Benet power play. If you're just joining us, tonight goals from Tommy Budrick, Curtis Sperling, Gabriel Zapinski, Curtis Sperling again, and Di Benedetto with the other 3, the hat trick for the leading scorer in the CCHL. As that puck comes in and it's stopped by D'Elia. He'll hang on for a whistle.
Good stop by D'Elia. He had about 3 Benet players, 3 Notre Dame players all blocking his view, and he's still able to pick that out of the air.
Of course, when you're killing a penalty with a running clock, you don't mind stopping the play to let the power play time fade away from the clock. Here with only 7:30 to go in the third period. Just one shot on goal in the third period for Notre Dame. It's Heller with the puck. We'll go down below the goal line. Gave it to the freshman Schlee. And Notre Dame will clear. Now a minute remaining on the Benet power play, which is 0 for 2 tonight so far. Nice play by Sperling to get around one. Sperling finds a lane and takes a shot while falling down. He was looking for the second Benet hat trick of this game, but unable to put that one on target. Nice play to get the shot off, though, as Sperling has it near side. He will send it to the slot. And Hoover takes a shot, deflected on its way, but went above the crossbar. Caulfield grabs it, turns around and fires. That one stopped by D'Elia. Benet with another backhand chance and a nice glove save by D'Elia. There's been an MVP of the game for Notre Dame. It's certainly been the goaltender. You usually don't hear that when you allow 7 goals. And now another delayed penalty coming up against Notre Dame. Finally realizing that is the goaltender. He will head to the box. Farrago falls down again, gets the puck over to his man, but not before Johnson touched it, which brings us to the whistle and the penalty call, which is interference against the Dons.
It's kind of fun to see the speed on that Benet player that came end-to-end all the way down to his end of the zone. Who was that player, Dylan, that went end-to-end and then took the shot here in front? So really cool to see somebody skating that fast, really, zipping past those Notre Dame players, unfortunately for them.
Could be incorrect, but I believe that was Sperling.
Yeah, that's who it was.
So now another Benet power play after the first one expired. Notre Dame starting their PK by clearing it all the way down. And the Red Wings will regroup. There's a Lagna. A lot of these guys were out there for the entirety of the 2-minute power play that just preceded this one. So Coach Grisbeck giving his Fire Guns another chance with Notre Dame a man down. Here's Caulfield over the blue line. Nice play around Ladewski's stick. And right in front, Farrago could not grab the puck cleanly. So instead, it'll be a clearing attempt by Notre Dame. That actually goes directly on net for what will be their 7th shot on goal. Now it's sent in by Benet. And while on the power play, the Red Wings guilty of icing. So the puck will come all the way back into the Red Wings' end with 4:40 to go on a running clock. 7-0 Red Wings.
Unfortunately for Notre Dame, Dylan, what might be a victorious third period is maybe just allowing 1 goal. I know you have a running clock here, but so far Benet has just had 1 tally, and you might look at that as a real positive here for Notre Dame.
Notre Dame's Johnson plays it off the glass, and all of his teammates on the bench ducked because that was close to going out of play. Now only 17 seconds to go on this Benet power play. Nice play by Zapinski to get it to the slot. Zapinski gets it back, plays it up high, waiting and shooting with a tip by Maselli, but it was stopped by the goaltender. Then another shot comes in right in front. Griffin tried to poke it home. Maselli also, he could not. And D'Elia makes the stop. Penalty over, and now, if you want to wait for it 1 second, tree in the third. 7-0 Benet. Red Wings lead shots on goal as well, 42-6. In an absolute dominant performance by the visitors in white sweaters.
Yeah, they're putting a lot of traffic in front of D'Elia. That was another really good stop. He had to put his glove over that puck while it rested on the ice with about 6 sticks swinging at it. You know, 1 of his and 5 of Bennett's. So he did a good job of overpowering them and getting a whistle.
So now under 3 to go on the running clock. This is Bennett's second to last game. Excuse me, third to last game of the regular season. They'll have 2 more after this one. This is Notre Dame's second to last game of the regular season. Schley shoots, stopped by the goaltender. Budrick on the rebound, takes a shot, also stopped by D'Elia. And Benet will continue to press here, looking for number 8. Again, fate is sealed for both these teams. The Notre Dame Dons have been eliminated from the playoffs, the league playoffs. They'll still qualify for the Illinois State playoffs. Although being ranked less than 32 in the state, they're going to be forced to participate in a play-in tournament in order to get into those playoffs, but they'll still have those elimination games on their schedule. As for the Benet Red Wings, they have locked in second place in the CCHL. They can't move up and they can't move down regardless of what happens in this game and their final games. So, and also a team that's locked up their spot in the CCHL is Fenwick. They cannot be higher or lower than number 7. So, I mean, the number 2 and the number 7 team, they will play each other in the first round of the Kennedy Cup playoffs. If you're new to this league, the 11 teams that are in the CCHL, 8 will go to the playoffs, and they'll be seeded 1 versus 8, 2 versus 7, 3 versus 6, and 4 versus 5. And every round going up to the Kennedy Cup final, which is the championship trophy for being the champion of the CCHL. Teams will match up in best 2 of 3 series, with the higher seed hosting game 1 and 3 if necessary. Less than a minute now here in Mount Prospect.
Dylan, Notre Dame couldn't get this one over fast enough. Currently, the guests, the Benet Red Wings, have more goals than Notre Dame has shots. So they want to put this one to bed, go back to the drawing board, and come out and see what they can do next time.
And now only 25 seconds left on the running clock. It's like maybe we'll have one more face-off if time allows. And they're just going to call it as the clock keeps winding. 10 more seconds till it's official, but that's going to do it on the 7-0 win by the Benet Red Wings. Absolutely out-dominated the Notre Dame Dons. There's the horn to make it official. Final shots on goal, 45-6. An unbelievable performance by Benet here on the road, has improved their away record to 8-0-0. And now the teams will meet up at center ice and shake hands. Casey down there will grab an interview with a player shortly from the Benet Red Wings. But while these guys make their way through the handshakes, John, what'd you think of that one?
Well, I don't know what year D'Elia is, but you got to start with him. He stopped 38 shots, and really so many of them were so spectacular going right down to the end. So the kid has a lot of heart, and I think this Notre Dame team has a lot of heart for coming out here. But if you're going to build whatever year Delia is, you kind of hope he's like a sophomore or a junior, and then you can kind of build around him because he is a very, very good player. Benet, I think, just kind of had an easy night.
All right, looks like Casey has grabbed Brendan O'Neill, part of the winning team in Benet, for a little quick interview before we head off air. So Casey, whenever you're ready, let's hear from O'Neill.
Thanks, guys. Brendan, how does this win solidify what this team has been able to do all season long?
Playoffs this weekend.
Your coach said that you guys are in January and February mode. You guys are ready to go. How does that chemistry, that team chemistry that your team has had all season long, really elevate your confidence?
It's getting up there. Like, we're all kind of starting to come together, and then we got to go March mode for playoffs.
Congratulations on the win. Go celebrate with your team.
All right, thank you.
Guys, back to you.
And you saw a couple of O'Neill's fellow teammates waiting right there. We're in the audience for that interview, so to speak, and I'm sure they had that planned all along. So that's going to do it here on the CCHL Game of the Week. Again, a 7-0 performance by the Benet Red Wings. Goals came from Budrick, then Sperling, then it was Zapinski. Sperling scored another. Then Christian Di Benedetto scored the next 3 goals for the hat trick, and that all adds up to 7. Before we go off air, John, do you have anything to add?
Just that you guys are running a really, really great show. Just to all the people who are listening, come out and see these hockey games. They're just so much fun, and I just appreciate you asking me to do it. And it's, I've always loved hockey, so it's kind of fun to call a game, in my later years. So thanks, Dylan.
Anytime. That's now 4 losses in a row for Notre Dame and a 2-game win streak for the Red Wings. Once again, Casey Standahar down there in between the glass doing sideline. We have Jimmy the Wiz Olsen, our technical engineer, in charge of all the graphics, replays, and all of that. Things in those category, in that category that you've seen. Vivian Hernandez has been our camera operator tonight. Thank you so much for helping out, not just tonight, but all season long. John Ward, my color commentator, and my name is Dylan Ward. Hoping you enjoyed this broadcast. One more time, a 7-0 victory for the visiting Benet Red Wings. Make sure you're right back here on the CCHL Network tomorrow at 4 in the afternoon for the 5th and final edition of the Rivalry Series presented by the Chicago Blackhawks. Thanks so much for listening, everyone, and have a great rest of your weekend.